All right, all right. Cool, 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 cool. And as per the usual, we'll just make sure everything is peaches and gravy. Cool. Looks like we're peaches and gravy here, folks. So, here we go. Just gotta set everything else up. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Let's see. All right, all right. So, what's going on, you guys? Yeah, we're here. We're live. We're live. We are back for the second part of this year's Q&A with Uru. I have submitted my question. I'm hoping it gets answered because we're here to start wars, boys. We're here to start wars. So what is up, Animation? What is up, Cinnamon? What is up, Solo? And what is up, John? What is up, JFD? Guys, hope you guys have been well yesterday. So yeah, we are here live with the second part of Uru's Q&A on her Discord. So yeah, a lot of things happened. So you guys saw last on Friday, I had to head out and didn't get to stick around for all the questions that got answered. So yeah, I just I got the sheet pulled up thanks to my mod. I was gonna just stick to the Discord, but a lot of the questions aren't loading for whatever reason from Uru's answers. So for simplicity's sake, it's just gonna be me reading off of the Google Doc for the questions that I didn't get to yesterday, but I do know one question in particular that was answered, and all I got to say about that is that, fuck yeah, I was right, bitch. Anyway, so, hold up. Okay. So yeah, what should we do? We got about 30 minutes until the voice chat Q&A starts up. So yeah, let's go ahead, wrap up everything for the, let's go ahead and wrap up the questions from Friday's Q&A, because really interesting stuff here. So here we go. Next question. So the last question we left off on, what was Sarah's and Remy's maximum speed? And Uru had just mentioned that Sarah was a 10, Remy was a 6. So that's the last question that we read on Friday. So we got like a few more questions left. So here we go. So I've been wondering about this for the longest time, but how big of a radius can Seraphina freeze in time? Like, is she strong enough to freeze an entire town slash city? What do people see on the outside? And Uru trolling us as always, just said, there is a radius. That's it. There is a radius. Didn't tell us how big the radius is, but there is a radius, boys. So, all right, I see you, Uru. I see you, Uru. Let's see. This question is kind of cringe, but you know what? Whatever. Do any of the main cast write fan fiction? If you can answer, what do they write about? And Uru just says, if anyone, it would be Aisen. So that's pretty fun. That's pretty funny, actually. Next question is just a really simple one. How strong can Arlo's ability get overall? Okay, and Uru just says, spoiler. So maybe Uru or maybe Arlo will reach 7. Anyway. I'll get to that, King Havoc. I'll get to that. Welcome, Cinnamon. Welcome, King. But yeah, I'm just going down the list of questions that were asked in the order. So we're just continuing off from Friday. Anyway, so Uru, can Arlo cook or bake? Does he enjoy doing any of those things? Thanks. Uru just replies, most likely. So Arlo's a, you know what? If Arlo was a baker, I would not be mad. If Uru like did like a little side chapter of like Arlo like just like, you know, baking in his apartment, I wouldn't be mad. Wouldn't be mad about that. All right, so will there ever be more God tier hoodie or muscle shirt merch again, or any other type of merch like that again? And Uru says, not sure. Oh man, dude, no, I want some God tier merch. I want to be God tier. So here we go. What are your thoughts on the use of vertical spacing in webcomics? I think it's great. The movement is very fluid and it's great for build up. Interesting. Yeah, I can see it. It's a bit nauseating is not the right word, but it's a bit maybe unnerving, I guess, when like it's clearly a shot that should be horizontally though. Like we've had a lot of those, like when it's like Blake charging against John or like vice versa, and like it should be like this, it should be spread like this so we could see them like coming towards each other, but it's just like anyway. So would Arlo and John's barrier get destroyed entirely by just having one hole punched into it, or does it require more damage to be done before that can happen? And Uru just says no. No to which I think maybe she's like saying no to the first one, because there was like the smallest hole in like John's barrier at the very end of chapter 224. Like there was like the smallest hole before like Sarah like completely broke through, if I'm remembering that chapter correctly. So here we go. Can Sarah hit people in frozen time? Yes. Yeah, she probably, well, I don't know if she did that to Gavin or if she just supercharged punched him. Way back when, you know? So, next question is, hello, it's a pleasure to talk to you, even if it's a single message. My question is, since Blake's ability is apparently based off of Dragon Ball, that means that Blake in the near future, if he continues to prove his ability, would he be able to do, for example, bending Kamehameha, or for example, multiple energy balls like in Dragon Ball Z? And Uru just says, spoiler. Would Blake be able to have a homing Kamehameha? That's an interesting question, actually. Interesting. Okay. All right. So moving on. But yeah, I don't know. Should Blyke be able to have a homing Kamehameha blast? I don't know, because like John was able to do that because he had Hunter. Who knows? Did the series start in the middle of John's third year or near the beginning? Close to the beginning, first quarter. Okay, interesting. Good to know. So yeah, right now they're probably in like second semester then, or something close to that. When Blyke improved his ability, all of his stats were updated except for power. My question is the power related to potential? Is that why his power wasn't updated? His power did not improve. Okay, so yeah, no, that makes sense. Blyke has always had a pretty strong ability. So like he's more so been using on more unique ways of doing it, and like using it for defense too. So that makes sense that his power didn't improve. Okay, I'm content with that. Do you think you might be adding little Easter egg around the panels to look out for, like add mini Uru in the background? I add a lot of Easter eggs everywhere. That's true, she does. We've maybe caught a few of them. What's Krolik's age and height? Please bring him back into the story. Bro, why do you love Krolik? Krolik's trash. Who asked that? Who? Oh my gosh. Little nerd. Little Blyke wannabe. Whatever. So, Krolik is about 16 or 17. He's about 5'7"-ish. Cool. Did Sarah dye and cut her hair herself? It would explain a lot. Roasted. Damn. And Uru says, yeah. So, next up. In the fireside chat, we asked you about John and Blyke's similar appearance. You responded with, they're not related, but there is kind of a reason behind that. It's kind of a stretch, but you'll probably... I can't tell you right now because you'll have to find out later, but yeah, that's my answer. Do you still plan to play with some symbolism here, or have you scrapped the idea you had in mind? If scrapped, can you care to share what it was? This answer is really interesting because this is something that, like, I have always thought. Ever since I've like wondered if this was it, and so now that Uru's given us this answer, I'm glad that I was right. So John and Blyke are two sides of the same coin. If John had made different decisions, he would have ended up like Blyke, and likewise, if Blyke had made different decisions, he would have been like John. It's really interesting. I'm actually glad that that's kind of the reasoning behind it. So, when Zeke phases and crosses distances, is that him just moving thanks to his speed, or is it a separate skill? Just speed. Oh, so Zeke's not a teleporter. It's just him moving really fast. Man, I got kind of excited. I always thought Zeke was like a teleporter. Kind of like a Nightcrawler-esque. That stinks. Will we ever get more backstory and character development for Zeke? Do you want it? No. Really don't. I actually kind of don't. Sorry. Are the stats on stat charts canon and measured in world, or are they just for the audience interpretation? For the audience. Okay. When Sarah freezes time, are the people in that freeze range aware that time is frozen? Depends on how much she freezes. That's true, because we had one instance where she froze most of a dumb bitch but kept her eyes open, and she was like, listen to me, listen here, you stupid bitch. But yeah, interesting. And also, like, John completely wasn't aware of like her moving Remy and Arlo until she did it. So yeah, it makes sense. So, hi Uru, I have a personal question, but it's okay if you don't want to answer. How has your family motivated you to pursue Unordinary, and do they love it as well? They're supportive, but most of my motivation comes from readers, though. Okay. What kinds of abilities are John unable to copy? And Uru just says, no answer. Like I said the other day, I don't think it makes sense for John to not be able to copy any abilities. Just my opinion, though. Clearly, Uru knows her system a lot better than I do. How far into the school year are they now? Started in Q1, and now it's 4 months later-ish. Yeah, we got like a timeline of everything thanks to Layla and with John's new Boston trip. So, in the next season, will we learn more about John's parents, especially how OP his mom probably is? And once again, Uru just says, "Ah." So, next question. Could Sarah destroy an average-sized house in 1 or 2 punches? Okay. I don't think she can destroy the whole thing just because physics, but she can at least destroy the wall if she is punching on. Sarah can't take down a house? Dang, Sarah's weak. Dang, Sarah, what the heck? Okay, guys. So, here's my question. Here is my question. And I was worried that it wasn't going to get asked because some people were kind of like, who cares? But, question got answered. So, here we go. So, hey, Uru, it's your boy. Quick question that I hope you don't avoid because spoilers, but I'm going to try anyway. Does John get access to the passives of abilities he's copied? If he copies a fellow high tier ability, I assume he would. It seems like he gets Arlo's passive in their first battle. However, if an ability is lower than high tier, does he unlock a passive for it if he takes it to high tier? Hope all is well. Enjoy your break. Sorry, quick edit because I just realized something else. When he copied someone's ability, he was able to sense the smallest injury on Sarah that not even she could sense, and copying her ability with his enhancement put the ability level at about a 5.3 rounded up. So I was asking if John got access to the passives of other abilities that he answers. So there's that. So here we go. Yes. He gets access to passives from high tiers. Spoilers for the next part. Thanks, Julio. So, he gets access to the high tiers passives. But it seems like she's not answering the next part about like, yo, if he takes an elite tier ability to high tier, is he getting their passive as well? So, interesting. I'm glad to see that. Glad that got answered. But, guys, I knew it. I called it. Knew it from day one. John has access to high tier passives. So that's really cool. So here we go. Have you ever considered bringing Turf War and other schools back and expanding on them? It would be interesting to see Turf War dynamics now that John is the king. I would like to, but it's not really relevant to the current events in the story. That's fair. And plus, like real talk, the interesting part, what made the first Turf War interesting was like it could have gone either way. Well, Blake's battles could have gone either way, but there was also a bit of like there was also like what made it interesting was the story behind everything. Like Blake having to take on a Jack and a Queen by himself and kind of getting tossed aside by Arlo. And there was also that tension that Arlo brought when he started fucking choking out a girl. And also the tension between Seraphina and Arlo. Like, Turf Wars now would probably be kind of lame. I'm pretty sure that Brandish? Or Branish? No, not Branish. Fuck. What is his name? Agwin, that's their name. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, like, Agwin was the second strongest school in the area, or, like, around, that, like, challenges Wellston at Turf Wars. So, like, there would probably be no point into Turf, like, maybe if, like, Uri did, like, a few side series, like, hey, let's check out another place in Unordinary, let's check out their Turf Wars. Like, I think that'd be a lot cooler to see. Like, you know, kind of like a God of High School type thing. But, like, Turf Wars with the Wellston cast, like, bro, they'd get their asses handed to them. Unless Broven is, like, maybe as strong as John, but I doubt. Because Seraphina still struggled against John a bit. So, like, and considering how, like, much, like, Broven was, like, scared of Sarah, yeah, like turf wars with the Wellston students would be kind of irrelevant because we know how they would go. Anyway, my opinion. So, next up. What does the recovery stat represent? Remy and Blake have higher than one recovery, but no direct healing. It's not pure healing. It's for anything that falls under that category, like snapping out of a stun or regaining energy. Makes sense. Is Terrence involved with what happened to John's mom? No answer there. What does the entertainment industry in Unordinary look like? Is it filled with high tiers? Do artistically skilled low tiers or mid tiers have their own subcultures, which they express themselves like IRL people do? And Uru just says, this is a good question. All right. Are you still reading Dice? Not at the moment. Okay. In Unordinary, are there media and regular activities centered around ability since there are huge focus in the world? Example, ability training summer camps for children, ability-centered classes in the university, ability-centered doctors. Not at the moment. Interesting. Is it possible to reach the level 10, or is it only a theoretical limit no one has ever reached? And Uru just says, spoilers. No problem, Hello Me Board. Welcome, buddy. Welcome. So, did John ever train to be friends with others? Did John ever try to be friends with other students when he arrived at Wellston other than Sarah? And Uru just replies with Arlo? So yeah, John was definitely trying. Like, he tried to be like, guys, that's an obvious question. So, hi Uru. What's Ison's heart beating detecting range? Thank you. There's a range. It's gotta be a fairly big range because he was able to like sense a guy like running around from the around the mall and like keep a tracker on him too. So it's interesting. So, hello Uru. First, I'd like to say thank you again for such an amazing comic, and I don't believe this question has ever been asked. But are there passive qualities or of abilities that are always active even when the ability itself is not? For instance, would a healer always heal quickly despite the ability not being consciously used? If it has been asked, I apologize. I've been looking through the sheet and haven't seen it. Depends on the ability. I think Uru did say though that like passives are just that, passive. So Interesting. Okay, next question. In Ordinary, is the country they live in like a knockoff United States, or is it a completely separate made-up country? Because I'm thinking this because New Texas and New Boston. The cities are knockoffs, but the country isn't the U.S. Very interesting. I always thought it was a knockoff U.S., but that's good to know. Tell us about the country, Uru. So, last question of the Q&A from Friday was, so sorry to hear you out, but I wish you the best in the future. He asked for my question. Has anyone else in the series had an ability name change off screen? Like before we met them, did any of the god tiers or high tiers have a different ability name before they became high/god tiers? And Uru says yes. So like, my thought for that, like maybe before Arlo had Conjure Shield or something, because he had the Cap Shield. He had the Cap Shield before. But yeah, like, interesting. I like that. So yeah, like fucking maybe Arlo's Conjure Shield did become Barrier. That would be really cool. Maybe Remy before getting electricity just had Charge, like the one lady at the mall. Interesting. It's very interesting to think about. But yeah, so that's it for the Q&A on the written out side, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead, hop in on this Discord. I don't know if things are Uru said I could stream it. Uru said that streaming it was fine. So I hope this is gonna go well. So hold up. Okay, so here we go. We're in. We're in. So we're in. Looks like it's peaches and gravy here. So gonna go ahead and do that. And let's see what answers we get, you guys. Let's see what happens. Oh man, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this. Maybe it was just a barrier at 180 degrees. You mean like as a whole solo? Like you mean like it only covered half of him? Because we saw the elite tier very well. Let's see. Hold up. What was Arlo's? Arlo unordinary. What was Arlo's stats at? Okay, hold up. I think I got it. So, he was like a 3.1, I think. Oh, so no, that wasn't. Hold up. What was Arlo's dampened stats?
Post in the event to the chat if you can hear me. Okay.
Okay, so it looks like we're starting. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
That's good. Yeah, Uru will be joining in shortly. You ready? Oh, Lurk can't hear me. Oh, you just...
Okay. So, cool. We're going to be starting up soon, guys. But yeah, like 6.3. So yeah, we only saw mid-tier Arlo's ability. No problem, Adolfo. Welcome, buddy. Welcome. But yeah, Arlo, we saw mid-tier Arlo's ability, which was like, you know, he generated the one shield in front of him. So that'd be cool. That'd be cool if like Arlo did just start off with Conjure Barrier. What up, Heavy Scope? Welcome, buddy. Welcome. Part 3, no, Adolfo. This was the last part of this Q&A. So they had the text one.
So it is now 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard. I would like to first of all thank everyone who asked questions for the submissions. I let you all know that we will be starting probably within the next minute or so. I'm just giving everyone else who's joining at this last second a chance to get into the channel. You did ask a question, and you do feel the need to let a staff member know that you'd like them to read your question for you. Feel free to do so in the event chat channel by pinging one of the event staff. And then also, if you know that you'll be asking a question soon, because we are going from the top of the submissions to the bottom, feel free to raise your hand to speak. That way we have a list of people that we can easily access as the event goes on. Again, I would like to thank everyone for joining today, and I hope everyone has a fun time.
All right, dope. We're starting up, guys. Don't worry about that, Legend. They said that this Q&A was more so for like Uru specifically, like
Alright,
so they're probably not going to be answering unordinary questions for this one.
Not able to speak, but they are here. User Era.
Yes.
Can we start now?
And I guess it still looks like a bunch of people are popping in last second, but I think it's better to start now. So first of all, Uru, if you would like to introduce yourself to the audience here, feel free to go ahead with that.
Hello. I hope everyone can hear me. Hi. Thanks for coming. It's been a pretty crazy season. Thanks for sticking with the story. Here, because I wanted to see everyone and talk to everyone. So, looking forward to answering your questions.
All right, guys, we're getting started. Uru's here. It's a party now.
First question from Era. How old is Lila or Layla?
I would say probably around 24, 25. So that makes her, Sarah's around 17. So, yeah, that would make her about 7 or 8 years older than her. I want to say that she ran away from her home, maybe in around when she was like 19, 20, around university time. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Let's move on to the next person.
Guys, how's the audio? Can you guys hear everything good? It sounds good on my part.
Alright, I invited a Cheddary to speak, so you should accept the invite.
Hello? Oh, okay. Congrats, Uru, on the mid-season finale for Season 2 and 5 Years of an Ordinary. I have 3 questions for you. What was your favorite subject in school?
Thanks. My favorite subject in school was math. And especially during my senior year, I really enjoyed calculus. So, yeah.
What would Arlo think of having coffee-flavored popping boba?
I think he would be like confused. I think it's not really his cup of tea, and if he were to ever try it, I don't think he would ever admit to either liking it or disliking it. Right.
Would he secretly like it, or like just like I will never try it again?
I don't think he would admit to himself if he liked it.
Alright.
Yeah.
And then lastly, which characters would the main cast main in Genshin Impact?
I stopped playing after like that came out. So
She stopped
I don't
playing
really know any
Genshin.
of the characters after that, but I would say I would give Diluc to John. I would give
What?
Zhongli to Arlo.
That's obvious. That's
And
obvious.
I would give probably Kaching to Sarah.
Yeah. Okay.
Who else is there? I would give Barbara to Elaine.
Makes sense.
Yeah, right.
No. No.
Razor to Eisen.
That's interesting.
And I had one for Remy. I don't remember. Oh, I was thinking Jean for Remy, because she's like a very like supported, like all-inclusive character.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
that fits
for
pretty
like
well, actually.
some sort of archer. I was actually thinking like, oh no, I thought Ganyu at first, just because like the whole archer thing.
Yeah.
But then I thought Bennett, because he's also like a really big team player and he cares about his friends a lot. So, and he's more.
I was thinking Bennett for
so
Blake
I-
too. That's
But yeah,
hilarious.
Thank you so much.
no problem.
Alright, next person. Alright, invite you to speak. Alright, just accept the invite. There we go.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, good to see you had a good break so far.
You?
First question. How old is Boston as a school? Oh, how old is Boston as a school?
I
Like, if
can't
you had
tell
like a clear estimate or a range?
I mean, it's like it's fairly old. Like it's very established.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So-
that's pretty understandable.
Right.
Next question. Since there was a French shirt with Lame in like the first few episodes of Unordinary, can we assume that there were or countries like France?
You can assume that there are other like countries.
So
And
like
that
the
are not-
languages
Right.
exist, but the countries
Yeah.
possibly don't.
Right. Yeah, the
And,
languages. I was just
And
memeing the language.
Yeah, I can tell. Alright, speaking about culture, does Unordinary have a currency that they use?
Right now they just use the dollar. I know
Yeah.
that yesterday, not yesterday. I know that like two days ago I answered that like it wasn't supposed to be a knockoff of the U.S.
Yeah, you were trying to like make
Yeah.
country like cities like Boston and stuff.
Yeah. It's
And,
very like,
Interesting.
loosely based off of like the current world.
Yeah, I get what you mean. And final question: what is your opinion about like people's attitudes towards John throughout the series? Like how they like despised him and everything.
You mean like the audience's opinion, or
No, like the characters in the series. So like your low tiers, your mid tiers, your high tiers.
I mean, I want to say that, like, no personal opinion really. I think it's just understandable. I think that like when you
Yeah.
don't, right, like when you don't know someone in person, you just judge them based off of what you know, right? And John is the type of person who doesn't really share much about himself, and so there isn't much for them to judge, I guess. The low tiers, the mid tiers, and the high tiers. So I think logically, what they think about him makes sense. But that's why I wrote it this way, because to me it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that definitely makes sense.
Hope that answered your question.
Okay, we're moving on to the next person. Setsu here. Guessing they aren't. I'll skip them for now. Next person is Ruler. I think he raised his hand, right? Okay.
Hello, Uro. Congrats on the mid-season finale, and hope you've been doing well. And I have two questions for you. So my first one is, since aura channels basically spreads out throughout the body to the limbs like hands and legs, would one be able to fire like beams out of their legs as a means of propulsion?
Um, we're not naming anyone specifically, but yeah, that's definitely possible.
Awesome. And my
John
second
conjured them
question
vines
is,
with his legs.
what is
from the beat.
Seraphina's and Cecile's passives?
I can't give you spoilers on Cecile. For
That's what we
Sarah,
want to know, though.
it's like a quick reflex sort of thing, where she's just really
Okay,
she's
interesting.
just able to react very quickly to certain things.
Okay, cool. A lot of people have been speculating that, so it's nice to have confirmation on that.
Thank you for answering them.
No problem.
Audience. Riker's next.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine as well. I hope you're well. Congrats on the mid-season finale. I hope you enjoy your awesome break. I do have a few questions. What type of cuisine is your favorite, and what do you normally cook at home?
I love Chinese food. That's
Seems
my
about right.
what do I cook at home? I make like fried eggs. Nothing too crazy. Yeah.
That's all right. So, just the final question: what cuisine slash food would you associate with the main characters?
Oh, that's a good question.
I feel like the trio would have American cuisine, mostly burgers, fast food. That's what I see them.
Yeah, that checks out.
I feel like Sarah really likes sushi.
That holds. That
and
holds.
I think John just eats whatever. I feel like he cooks at home. And
Okay, that's scans.
Arlo,
That's scans.
probably like steak or something, like really high end stuff. Anything high end.
That checks.
Probably like.
That checks. That checks. I like that question. I like that question.
I mean,
Striker,
I can
good on you.
definitely see Blythe chewing on those burgers.
Yeah, right.
All right, that's it. Thank you for answering my questions. I hope you enjoy the rest of the event.
Thanks. You too.
Alright. Unite fan. Unite fan here? Please raise your hand if Unite fan is here. Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, hello, Uru. Congrats on the mid-season finale. I have two questions. I've noticed that John have bought a couple of phones now. Is John's family considered wealthy compared to average? And other than that, I've noticed that his phone is always Bluetooth. Is it his favorite color?
I'll answer your second question first. Yes, I'm glad you noticed that actually. Yeah. Dark blue is his favorite color. And as for his family, it's really just like him and his dad. His dad is like compared to most low tier families, I think that he's he makes probably more than most low tier families would make, just because he's got books and stuff like that. Especially with Unordinary coming out. But not.
Yeah, that
extremely
actually makes
wealthy
sense,
or
because,
anything
like,
that.
John didn't grow up in a
you
low
see
tier
that
district.
if
He
you
grew up
stay in there.
in New Boston.
But
And
really,
it doesn't seem like New Boston is a low
they're
tier
not like
town or
Italy
anything.
or Engineering. So,
Thank you very much for answering my question.
no problem.
That's interesting. Interesting.
You have to accept the request.
Okay, hi. So, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, hello. I hope you're enjoying your break so far, and I just wanted to ask about Arlo's passive. So, like, if he were to hug another person, I imagine it would just feel like the other person is being crushed by a solid suit of armor. So, like, is he able to, like, turn off his passive or something?
I think, like, the thing with Arlo's passive is when it's, like, you know, portrayed as body armor in the story, it's not actually, like, you know, like a layer, you know, armor, like iron, you know, or platinum or whatever. It's just like his skin. So,
Kevlar, baby.
you know, if he were to hug someone, like, it's not just like it's not like he would get crushed by like what you say, an iron piece
Oh,
of
okay.
armor or something. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for answering.
Yeah, no problem.
Nice, nice.
Sarali, I've invited you to speak. Invite.
Hello?
You there? I don't think we can hear you, man.
Hmm.
I think I'll just go ahead and say his question. If he isn't going to
'Kay.
speak in the next second or so.
Might be like a mic issue.
Might be. Alright, he told me to say his question. Hey Rue, first, thanks a lot for such a wonderful series. Hope you're doing well. Please have a good rest on your break. So my question is about William. Since William is a writer, he surely has done other works. Good, so do you plan on showing us some of his other works or mention them? Because we haven't heard of any other work William did except for Unordinary.
That's something you have to keep reading to find out.
That's true. He's working on another book right now.
Right.
Because he's been meeting with his editor when he was
Yep, that was the only
when John was in New Boston.
Alright. Slightly difficult to keep track of everything.
Insomnia also can't speak. So I'll just ask. Are you doing well and taking care of yourself? Hope you're doing well and taking care of yourself during your break. Thanks so much for your hard work. Unordinary means a lot. I'm wondering how consistent is the power system you've created, and does it always work in cases? Would you consider changing the power system to improve it, and do you think the power system is as consistent as you establish it to be?
I try to keep it as consistent as possible. But there's, like, you know, obviously there's no one formula or one rule to, like, explain everybody's power level. I know that for a lot of stories, like, power creep becomes an issue, especially when the characters start getting more and more powerful.
That's true.
They have
That's
to
true.
get, like, have
Looking at you, Dragon Ball Z.
I try my best to balance everything, and I'll try really hard to not let the power creep kick in. Yeah.
Interesting.
Alright, next person is... Oh geez, how many people have we skipped so far? We're at Bon Bon right now.
No, we haven't skipped any. Next is Sigma.
No, Sigma wasn't confirmed to be here. Okay, they're all absent. The ones we skipped are absent. Alright, Bon Bon can't speak, so I'll ask his questions. Which of John's hairstyles these past seasons have been your favorite? Helmet, half gel, no gel. And is your art style inspired based off of anything? If so, what?
My favorite John hairstyle. Well, I like the gel one because it's really easy to draw.
Gel John was best John.
I right now I prefer him in, you know, his just like regular bed hair. I think like I've gotten really used to it, and I think he looks good in it. I still have to get used to his like partially gelled hair. I don't think it looks bad personally. So we'll see. Ask me that question again, like at the end of next or this season or something.
The second question is your art style inspired based off of anything? If so, what?
It's kind of just like nothing in, you know, specifically. It's just I read manga and watched a lot of anime when I was a kid, so I mean obviously, so my styles were inspired off of, you know, stuff that I read. One of my biggest influences would be from a story called Elemental Gallade. She has one of my most favorite art styles. But I feel like it's just like a combination of pretty much all the artists that have motivated me at one point. Yeah.
Gonna have to add this to my watch list.
Alright, we'll move on to Evie Church, or Evie Church. I've invited you to speak.
Hi. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I don't remember where I put.
I should join that church. I want to be exempt from taxes.
Okay, wait, I have a question. One, are Ventus and Melee related? Like family, or are they just friends?
They're friends. They're not
Okay,
related.
and okay, thanks. Now it's not weird. Okay, second, what does the hunter ability lock on to? Does it like always target the heart, or just some general organ, or like just the chest?
It locks into like a heartbeat. So that's why you'll see the target on the heart.
Yeah,
and
that makes
just
sense.
because someone's aiming something at that person doesn't mean that it's targeting their heart. So just to clear that up.
John aims for the
it
heart.
is,
There's
on
no
the
fucking
zone.
denying that.
Okay, thanks. See, I told you the Lux. Yeah.
John
Okay,
always goes for the heart.
Yes. Thank you for your questions, and please add more EV content. Thank you.
Okay.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Alright, next question is really hard to switch channels, and the Platinum's not here. Pixar Lamp here? Please raise your hand if you're here, Pixar Lamp.
Sir said they wouldn't be talking, so
Okay.
okay. 3 questions. When are Roland and Evie's birthdays?
I don't have any specific dates, but I would imagine that Evie's birthday is in May.
Yes, it's Evie.
and
Uru
Roland's
confirmed.
birthday is in September. That's just the feeling that I have. So
Interesting.
Second question. Will the Wilson top 10 list appear again soon?
I mean, you could probably put it together yourself at this point. I think a lot of the top the top students have already been revealed, so I think you could probably
We're missing number 9, Uru.
of what it
We're
is.
missing number 9.
Maybe I'll make one eventually
Last question. What is Ren's favorite ice cream color? Flavor?
I'm gonna guess mint chip.
Pink.
Mint chip or strawberry?
And it's strawberry.
Strawberry. I said strawberry.
All of them? Okay. Arithy? Next.
If you could ask the question for her.
Oh, okay. Where am I? Right. Hi Uru-chan. I hope you've been doing well and congrats for finishing mid-season of Unordinary. As an aspiring webtoon creator, I have two questions. I tend to have a good idea for a beginning and ending of a story, but how do you write the middle of a story or make it entertaining and ongoing at the same time?
That's a good question.
I feel like that's everyone's problem. I think when I first started writing my first story, I only wrote the beginning and I only wrote like the climactic moments because those were the most fun to write. It wasn't actually until I started working on Unordinary that I realized that you actually have to fill in the in-between stuff. And it's really difficult.
Yeah.
To answer your question, I think it would help to cut up, section off, like different parts of your story and make small checkpoints, in between some of your big events. And for me, I try to, because if it's like a weekly upload, I try to include something in my chapter every week that will be shocking or that will I guess provide some sort of information for the readers. So
I think she does a good job of that.
So it definitely helps to imagine that you have a reader base, to imagine your reader base and kind of think about what they would like to see from your story as well. Yeah.
Okay. There's a second question as well.
Sure.
Do you think popularity or quality is more essential for getting a chance to be an original creator? I've seen some people with a large following already on Insta or Twitter blow up on Canvas, and it can be discouraging to grow on Webtoons sometimes.
That's kind of hard. I want to say that being popular definitely helps, because you already have that pre-established audience.
Yeah.
But that's kind of just like the hook for your story, you know?
That's
you
true.
start
That's
off
true.
with a big audience, but can you maintain it, right? And that's when the quality comes in. If you're just naturally a good writer, or like, you know, a talented writer, you should be able to like garner an audience eventually. It might take some time, but if you can keep your current audience engaged, and you know they'll spread the
Hey
word,
AJ, hey Daniel.
and they,
We
they'll
are about
keep
an hour
then
in,
more people come in,
but
as
we should be
opposed to,
good.
like a story that starts off very strong, right, with like a really strong hook, and a really strong following, and kind of like falls off and starts getting a little bit boring. Then I guess like one way to say it is your net increase in audience will go down. Does that make sense? That wasn't even like but yeah, I think that strong start for popularity, but I think in the long run, definitely quality above anything else. Where you go?
Sorry.
Give us 1 second. We are waiting for Zetsu to raise his hand.
We have Torch here. There's like 86 people. I don't think I can go through all of these and match their name.
1 second. I'm looking.
Oh, okay. Torch can't talk. I'll basically ask
I'm
the
looking for
question.
Zetsu.
Where is it? Okay, Torch says, what's John's favorite color?
It is dark blue.
Blue. Next is Zetsu. Zetsu here.
Although I don't think he knows how to raise his hand.
Is he in the page right now?
I'm doing a quick through, but I do not see him.
If now, just move to the next person.
We'll go back if needed.
Okay. I'll just
So
go
the
to
next one is
person.
Donald, but he would ask that you ask the question for him.
Okay. So. Alright. What kind of candy would the Uno cast like?
Not Snickers.
Classic.
I thought that Remy would be a big fan of Starbursts and Skittles, fruity stuff. Sarah's more of like a chocolate gal. And then John will
Chocolate.
eat any sweets in general. Arlo doesn't have sweets like at all.
That scans.
And I don't think Blake does either.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I think he's like a fruity person too. So anything fruity, I think he would like.
Alright, the second question is, does William use his belt as self-defense sometimes?
Like very specific.
That's great. That's hilarious.
I'm guessing in general.
William is like
William whips out the belt.
He uses like whatever is at his disposal. So whatever is in
I'm hoping my question gets
if we
approved.
were going to
Heavy scope.
And you know, the only thing he had
Pull out like granddad
was
from
the belt that he
Boondocks.
got. Like I would say he would probably use his belt. Let's just put it that way.
That's it for him. Next person is Right. I don't know if he's here. Oh boy. It's Stray. Okay, Stray's next.
So for now, we're gonna go with Stray and figure out just a few things.
Alright, Stray, you've been invited.
Barely.
Yeah, it's a very faint.
You sound like you're at the end of a hallway.
All right.
Thanks.
Okay, so my first question. I understand that you Googled the names for most of your characters. I also understand that John's name was supposed to have some. But in regards to the other characters, picking names with significant meanings part of the process? Because Cecile means dim-sighted in the real world, and I thought that fit her very well.
Honest answer? No.
Huh.
I just picked random names. But there are times where like I see people come up with these connections and I'm like, wow, that's pretty lucky.
Is taking a group photo with help you do?
I mean, yeah, definitely. They've helped me so much. The only thing is, like, it's kind of hard to get us all in one place because everybody's situated all over the world. So.
Mm-hmm.
Understandable. And third question, this is serious. Your author's message with the mid-season finale left me kind of concerned. In a series that's only bound to get darker, are you sure you're up to this?
You know, I'll do my best. And if I ever stop writing, you'll know what happened. No, I think that.
Holy shit!
But I do think that I'll come back leveled up. I'll come back stronger. So I am excited for what's coming.
Okay, well, regardless of what comes after, I'd like to thank you for all your hard work so far. I'll always appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time to answer this, and have a good day.
No problem. Thanks for coming. Thanks for reading.
Woo!
Alright, next person is Shrine. Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi.
Hi, I wanted to ask, what characters would the main, cast play as in Mario Kart?
I don't
That's a
play
cute
Mario
question.
Kart. Because I'm like so bad at it. So I don't know. I'm not really familiar with that. But I'm sure
I like that question. That's a cute question.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Okay. Sorry if I'm a bit slow. Well, this is really complicated.
Here's Blue Cranberry. We should be able to hear you.
Hello. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi, Yurushan. Here's my question. Are there parts of Wellstone Private High School we haven't seen, like a gym for physical education or a great hall for gatherings?
Yeah, definitely.
Great. I love your work. Keep it going. Love you, Yuru.
Thank you.
Okay, next person is...
Real quick, guys, can you still hear me on the stream? Because I know we were having mic issues yesterday.
Electric Athlete's not here. Is Light here? Yep. Okay. Alright, I've invited you to speak, Light. Go ahead.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Oh, okay.
Good question. Wait, give me a sec. I'm pulling it up. Okay, so, I was wondering during... Oh, first, hello. Hello.
Alright, cool.
Long-time reader. Thank you for creating the story, first of all. And second of all, during your drawing process, I was wondering if you have any templates that you use, so you can like keep the character proportions the same and everything, and like just all the characters in general. How do you keep track of all of those?
I don't really have any templates. I kind of just draw them. I think that like once you've been doing it for a while, you kind of just you get enough practice, and it's a lot easier. I do copy and reuse faces sometimes if I'm in a rush to finish. So.
That definitely scans.
Like even the minor characters too. Do you like just know how they look like?
Oh yeah, sometimes I'll go back to my old chapters if like I have to bring them back and be like, oh yeah, what's this guy look like? Or like if I have to pick the yeah, if I have to like figure out their colors exactly or something like that.
That's it. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy your break.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks.
accept the invite, Rat. I'll be able to ask your question.
So,
Oh, what's up?
have you ever deleted or written characters out of the story?
Like Elaine? No.
Please do it.
No.
Please do it.
Deleted or written characters out of the story, as in like in my planning phase, you mean?
Yeah.
Let me think. I'm sure I have at one point. But most of them, none of them are major characters. Most of them are like, I want to make a situation where like someone gets into like a small, conflict at a coffee shop or something like that. And then I just decide to scratch it because we've seen those so many times already. No one major though.
Alright, thanks for answering. Enjoy your break.
Problem. Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Zetsu Miyamoto. Are you here? Did you raise your hand? If you're oh, okay.
Well,
you gotta unmute yourself, Zetsu. Oh, there we go.
Hello.
Hi.
Do you allow people to make games inspired by your webtoon?
Yeah, sure. As long as you're not like, trying to make money off of it, then that's fine.
Like, we'll put your name in the credits.
Yeah, sure.
That's all I wanted to ask.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it.
We'll let you know.
Yep. Alright, thanks.
Awesome.
Next one is
Next is the electric athlete, but they cannot speak. So Deluxe, if you would ask the question for them.
Which one? Want me to say the first one he submitted?
Hold on.
Because he submitted quite a few questions. I have to like sift through everything. Okay, found one. So Uru, if you were to pick any ability from Uno to have in real life, which would it be?
Probably regeneration.
You got increase your recovery stat, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, the second question he asked is, does everyone just keep on gradually getting stronger as they get older if they have enough potential, or does it stop at a certain age?
I mean, potential allows you to keep growing, but not everybody will reach their full potential. I want to say that you can keep growing as long as you keep trying to grow. But it's kind of like,
That's some real life advice right there.
us. Where when you get to like maybe like 50 or 60 or something, you probably can't increase your ability, or it's probably pretty uncommon for you to increase your ability strength. Unless it's mental, physical. Yeah, it really depends on the ability, I guess. I just thought of that except physically, you'd be limited by your age, but I think mentally, keep going.
Okay. So the next person can't talk, so I'll read their question again. Or not again, I'll just read their question. If John copies Evie's ability, will the light be black?
It would be a light.
That's great.
It would still be bright. You could still, see stuff. I think the way that it's portrayed in the comic would probably be something like a bright light with a slight black outline or something.
Like or orange outline?
Yeah, it wouldn't be like not useful.
Okay. Alright, who's next?
Mira, I have invited you up to speak. Accept the invite there.
That's great. I loved that. Black light. He'd have a black light. That's what John would have.
All right.
Where are we at?
Mira right now, but looks like they may be having trouble joining the stage here.
Should I read Mira's question, or should we just wait a little longer?
Go ahead and read it.
Okay. Mira has 2 questions that have been approved. First one. Is Turf Wars just for high school?
Not really.
Was
my
there like
answer.
was there like a middle school or university Turf Wars?
There's no answer to that question.
Got it. Second question.
Skipped.
When did Sarah become an 8?
Second year, I think.
As
No,
in, like,
probably
what-
close to this year.
What age?
No, like maybe when in high school?
I would say recently.
Yep, sounds about right.
Like within her 3rd year?
Yeah, probably around the beginning of this year. Should probably hit 8. Yeah.
That checks out.
That was it for Mira.
All right. Next is Gandalf.
Hello. I was just wondering if you had a favorite flavor of ice cream.
I like coffee ice cream a lot.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, well, that was about it.
Alright, thanks.
I believe next.
Oh, he forgot to ask if you had a favorite candy bar.
Favorite candy bar? I like Kit Kats.
Hell yeah, Kit Kat supremacy.
I'm gonna invite Dementia or whatnot to speak. If they could accept the invite.
Hello. Do you remember who I am?
Uh-oh.
Did you
Dementia.
remember
Maybe not.
turn on your mic? No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, can you repeat that?
How much percentage completion are we on with the story of Uno so far?
Probably around 50.
50%. Oh no.
No, I don't think people can figure out who I am without my Pikachu onesie. Yeah.
Nice.
Is she saying that she doesn't wear that every single day? And that's all she
Shed it
wears.
when I don't want people to know who I am.
Alright. That's it for Dementia. Shadow King here.
Yeah. An invite.
Hello.
Hi.
So, hello, Blue. As you can probably tell from my username,
you for making that your username.
Yeah, and number two, if you were a Marvel or DC superhero, which one would you be?
None of them. I don't want to be a superhero.
I mean, but you are, man. You created Unordinary.
That's not.
He's got her
Oh,
there.
Thanks, I guess. I was thinking about this earlier, sort of. I think Spider-Man probably I'd be most, because I just stay at home and just stay in the neighborhood, you know.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
His powers are cool too, you know.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Enjoy your break.
Thank you.
The next person is Mr. Muffles.
Was Eileen.
Okay. We'll go to Eileen. Eileen, you've been invited.
Hello?
Hi.
So, congratulations on this season's, finishing the season, and I only have one question, and I'm not sure if you're a Nintendo fan, but what are your thoughts on the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 coming out in 2022?
I actually just started playing the first ones, like a couple weeks ago. I only got through a few shrines, but I really like it. I haven't seen the trailer for the second one yet, but I mean, I could let you know when I see it.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
I think that's it. That's all the people.
Yeah, that's it for everyone who's here. So, Ivy, if you could.
You can roll back to people who couldn't make it. Their questions got skipped. So from the top, if I'm looking correctly, first question is from Robotech. One, when John used phase shift, did he get a speed phase, and can he freely control phase shift stats when he fights Blake for the last time?
He was just using a burst of speed when Zeke wasn't using a burst of speed. As for the phase shifting part, when he's going against Blake, I'm a little bit confused as to what the question is asking. But I mean, John can control phase shift just as well as Zeke can control shift. So he always has control of it. And he'll use it whenever he needs to use it. Or whenever he sees fit. So however he sees fit, sorry.
Oh, I think we accidentally skipped a bunch of people.
Welcome, Black Angel.
Did anyone confirm that I actually went through the entire thing or not?
We went through the entire thing, but there's a couple people who couldn't speak, and those got skipped. So first, if
I know
Ed,
Rain.
wants to speak, he can.
Yeah,
raise his
invite
hand.
him. Yeah.
I think I missed Rhaenyra and her question. I think she was supposed to be. Yeah, there she is. I think I accidentally skipped over her.
Right now, if you could raise your hand, and then we're gonna get Zed's here, and then continue.
I just accept the invite.
Zed, you should be good to go. You should be good.
Your mic is muted.
he said to skip him for now, so I'm gonna move him to the audience.
I get Rhaenyra.
Yeah, right now, let me invite you here.
Nice.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, guys. So looks like we're not.
I have
Looks
a
like we're not
question.
gonna get the answer today.
Sorry.
I think you're cutting off on us, Rhaenyra.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I had to set my button. Hello, Uru. It's nice talking to you. I have 3 questions. Which bubble tea flavors would the main cast be, or if they drink it, what would be their favorites?
What would they be? I guess if I had to choose, it would be according like to the color. John would be the original. Just
Hell yeah.
What is it? Black tea, boba. I would give Sarah taro. I would probably give Remy strawberry. Light would be some like kind of. He wouldn't be a bubble tea. He wouldn't be a milk tea. He'd be like fruit, like a fruit punch with lychee jelly or something. And same with Ivan. And Arlo. I was thinking like coconut or almond for him. Yeah. Their favorite flavors? Most of them haven't really had it. You could say that Arlo's favorite is the mango because like that's all he's had. And Sarah likes taro. And John likes the mango. So
Those are some really interesting flavors. I'm probably gonna try them all.
yeah.
Okay, so the second one is I actually dressed up as X-Ray for Halloween, and it made me wonder if you ever draw the X-Ray smile on your masks when you go out in public.
Oh, no. I don't think of doing that. But it's fun. Thanks for dressing up.
It was really
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
And the third one is which character has your favorite aesthetic, or what is your favorite aesthetic if none of them have it?
My aesthetic is actually John. I like to wear sweatshirts and shorts a lot.
Hell yeah.
And then like, you know, if I'm trying to be like a little bit more presentable, I guess I would be more similar to Remy. My favorite aesthetic is Sarah, but you know her clothing doesn't suit me. So I don't care. But yeah.
Alrighty, well thank you so much. I hope you have a really good rest. I really love your series.
Yep.
Alright, so we're gonna go for Zed first and then switch over to I actually can't say the name, but we'll switch over to you next.
You guys hear me, by the way? Am I getting cut off at all?
No.
Oh,
As far as we know.
Okay, cool.
We can hear you.
Zed? Okay. I just have two questions. So how do you deal with toxicity, especially from the Reddit comments for the first 20 to 30 chapters of season 2?
We're looking at you, Steph.
But I mean, overall, it was kind of like I knew the direction that I wanted to take the story, and you know, like I had to understand that it's a story that isn't for everyone. So yeah, it is, you know, life is life, right? Not everybody's gonna like what you read. I mean, what you write. So yeah, I mean, I just kept doing what I wanted to do.
So my second question is more like a joke question. So, is All for One the leader of the authorities?
Is who?
Is All for One the leader of the authorities?
I don't know. I mean, sure.
This man's asking the real questions.
Make that as a placeholder for now.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
This is HK. I'm inviting you now.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, yeah.
Okay, so first of all, I just want to say that I'm a huge fan of your work. I actually kind of dropped my favorite manga in order to read your webtoon more.
Oh.
Yeah, thank you every week. Yeah.
You don't have to drop it. You could read both.
Actually, I read most of it, because I've been such a fan of the manga for a long time. Yeah, and I also hope you like my profile picture.
Cute.
Yeah. Also, my question is, do schools in the ordinary world have fan clubs for the royals? No, of the royals?
I would say that maybe in the lower districts probably. But I want to say that in Wellston, not really, because education is something that they kind of prioritize. Everybody has their own thing to do. So I wouldn't expect that many students to make fan clubs. They might look up to people, right? Certain people, but I don't think they would start fan clubs.
But they do have normal extracurricular clubs, right?
Right. Yeah, they do. The safe house and the press team and stuff like that. Yeah.
All for One as well. I would cry. I would cry
see,
if that was the
so
case.
They don't have it. Okay. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the chat. Yeah. So I'll see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you.
Thank you for answering.
No problem.
Right, Solo Hunter is next. I've invited.
All right, Solo, what do you got, boy?
Well.
All right. To see if Solo is gonna talk, and it looks like he might. You there?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Hi. Yes.
Whew, I can't believe this is actually happening.
Wow. Me
Been a
neither.
fan for a year now, and it's quite a surprise.
Thank you.
Hold up. Here it is. Also, I just want to say something real quick. Just two short things. One, shout out to the YouTube jokers, especially Jem Meister, for all his reactions and stuff like that.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
Yeah. Also, secondly, I've been making a habit of making my own personal characters of Unordinary, but with different abilities. Kept habit of mine.
Nice.
So my question has been bugging me, and I hope you can answer it. Are the abilities physical representations of real life? For example, does Remy's lightning actually work like real life lightning? Does it move at the exact same speed, or is it not?
Theoretically, but it's like a it's like a comic, so we gotta dumb some stuff down sometimes. Real life physics doesn't apply to the physics in the comic, but we try our best to stay as close as we can.
Okay, so it's basically so it's not real life lightning, it's just natural lightning, if you would put it like that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Well, other than that, I appreciate all the hard work you put into the series, and I hope you put up the good work when you get back into November. Other than that, hope you enjoy your break, and I'll talk to you later.
Alright, thank you so much.
Thanks. Thanks, Solo. Thanks, buddy.
And Jeff has been invited.
Hello.
Hi.
So,
A question that I put in there are what are some worries you have when making an episode, and how do you deal with them?
My biggest worry is like, will I be my deadline? Will I be able to get this out on time? I think it is like a bit overwhelming at the beginning of every week. Or I mean, the beginning of my week is on a Friday, or a Thursday. It gets pretty daunting, because like knowing that you have to go through that week cycle again. Yeah, but usually, once I start like working on the chapter, and like start getting into it, it's a lot easier. And I always think about like the audience's reaction, and just people who are waiting at the end of every, at the beginning of every upload, and it's like I don't want to disappoint them because they're taking the time to wait. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you for answering that.
No problem.
Okay, so is that all the people that are physically here to ask Uru the question? Or do we have more people? I lost track. Like 10 minutes ago.
Thank you guys for coming. And listening, even if you didn't ask anything.
Guess there's no one else.
Ivy, do you have Ariel Underwater's question in front of you?
I do. Okay, who is your least favorite character in the main cast, including Elaine?
I mean, is that what you want to
Obviously.
answer? I don't have a reason. Whenever I'm like focusing on a specific character, that character becomes my favorite. And they're all parts of like myself that I kind of pull from. So it's hard to hate anybody. Yeah.
Alright. And then next is Alexander, and if you could read the question, I believe they aren't able to speak either.
What's it? But ask it anyways. What school year is everyone in? And then
What school year is everyone in?
I answered that question.
Everyone except Arlo
Yeah.
is
I mean, just to reiterate, I guess, like, everybody's in, Remy, the trio, Remy, Blake, and Eisen, along with John and Sarah, are in 3rd year. And then Cecile, Zeke, and Arlo are in their 4th year. John did stay back a year, so he technically would be in his 4th year if that didn't happen.
Okay. So should we go?
Julio calling? Alex?
Let's do Julio next. Yeah.
Are they speaking?
I invited you.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Hi, Uru. Long time coming.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I am here to start a war amongst the brothers. I'm here to start a war amongst the Joker Animations group. So we wanted to ask this last year but couldn't. Which of us among me, Ty, Steph, Fox, Digi, and Shaymin is your favorite? And who's your least favorite? I know this could backfire horribly any minute now.
We don't want any wars here, so I will say that I like each and every one of you for I watch each and every one of you. Not everything, obviously, but I hop in every
Clearly.
once in a while, and you guys all have your own flair. I don't have a favorite. So.
All right,
Thank
all right,
you-
fair
thank
enough,
you
fair
so much
enough.
for doing these reactions and making your content every week. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, well, thanks for letting us.
No problem.
All right, thanks a lot.
Is photophilia here? I don't see photophilia's question in the.
Sus type that they're at the vet right now. But I do know that it looks like this question too. So they said, hello, Uru Chang. In a previous Q&A, you mentioned that you took a lot of inspiration from Chinese dramas, wuxia, early on for your stories. What is your top favorite drama of all time, and how did it impact you as a writer or storyteller?
I can't think of like my favorite. I don't really have a favorite, but there's one that impacted me the most, and it's called Romance of the Condor Heroes, translated into English. The Chinese is the Xinjiang Xia. And that one.
All right,
is a story
guys.
about, I guess a romantic couple who try everything that they can.
Welcome,
to
Mike. Well,
be
welcome,
together,
buddy.
But they can't be together. Yeah. I guess I like to write stories with that sort of theme. Or that's something that I notice in most of my stories is I just don't like having. I just like conflict, and I don't enjoy letting my characters be happy with one another. So,
we have gotten the question from Photophilia as far as I can tell, and that is, how exactly does seeing the future powers work for those who have it? Is it similar to Night Eye from My Hero Academia? And where it plays like a movie reel, or do they see it all instantly and retain that information?
I'm not sure who that is, but I would say that it depends, right? It depends on the person. It depends on like their potential and like their mastery of the ability. Someone like Claire only gets like quick flashes, but I could imagine someone with very high potential and mastery to say know or be able to see everything that happens, right? Like every timeline.
Interesting,
So
interesting.
it's a pretty big range.
Hey, welcome, Sporky. I'm glad you're here, buddy. Even if you're not chatting, glad you're here.
Right.
For those that
we have just a few more right here. We're pulling up another question here. However, one of the staff members from the Facebook, I think, does have a question for a minute while we try and get that other question out.
we go through the questions that have been missed because the people aren't here, or not?
It is 8:14, so we can either wrap it up and or
Too far over. Here we go.
I can stay. Hello.
Me? Okay. This is for a member who couldn't make it. On behalf of my student, I want to know. Her name is Spiritual Element on Amino, and she wants to know. People get treatment in a hospital based on their level.
They get different
Ooh,
treatment
that's a
in a hospital based on their level.
that's Hippocratic Oath probably wouldn't be a thing in the unordinary world.
I'll be sure to relay.
Sad.
Oh, and this this one's just for me, which asks, do you think John would have fit in amongst the Shirai Ryu?
What is the
The what?
Sorry. Someone help.
It's the ninja clan in the Mortal Kombat franchise.
Oh, I mean, maybe if he was trained since he was a kid. Not right now. I don't think he'd be strong enough to be a ninja or anything.
Mm-hmm.
As he is now. Yeah.
Is that all?
Me? Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay.
Cool. Thanks.
We do have a question from someone who arrived a little late. However, the mic is having trouble, so Ivy's going to ask that question for us. It's from the plastic bag.
Nice.
Plastic. Would Elaine be able to hold herself against the level 3.5, but with an offensive or defensive ability?
Nope.
I guess that Elaine would have a higher endurance and last longer.
I'd say yes. She heals very quickly, and she also knows how to fight. And she's rated 3.5 for a reason. 3.5s can hold their own.
Debatable, Uru. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one, Uru.
Yeah, I mean, she might be like the weakest one in the main cast, but she's actually still pretty strong. It's just she hasn't had much screen time to really show that off, I guess.
Nah. She is the one person a faker got away from, so nah. Press X to doubt.
Do we have any more questions on the back burner that like to bring up?
We have a lot of questions on the back burner, but it is much past the set time. So.
Right.
Fine. Like I'm open to answer these questions. If people want to stay, they can stay.
Are you free?
Yeah.
No
yeah.
pressure.
I'm down for some more. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, endurance, bro.
You would need to leave.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let's do this till 9 if we need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the last one we left off from was from Igma.
Oh, where are we starting? Where?
Yeah, that's gonna be hard to keep track of.
I was just gonna go all the way back to the top.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Alright, then I think the one where yeah, okay, so I left off with the Robotech one. Yeah.
Okay.
3 questions. So second one was, what is the 10 stat the highest stat? If not, how come John's 12 power laser didn't obliterate Arlo's 9 barrier?
Okay, so the chart doesn't the chart only stops measuring at 10. So I'll give you that.
Only stops measuring
as
at
for
10.
What the chart shows, that's the maximum that someone could go up to. So
interesting.
When people are firing, like when these characters are firing or using their ability, they're not necessarily using their ability to that I guess like that intensity every time they use it. That's just like the absolute max. For example, if like were to charge for like an hour or something, I don't know, just random time. To charge up for a really long time, like the highest you could go up to is 8. Maybe a little bit higher, but so yeah.
Okay. I don't know where you're at, Ivy.
If you scroll up a little bit before Sigma, because I didn't finish that. Then third question would be, would the amps work on John?
Spoiler.
Spoiler?
Okay. Then Alex can ask Sigma's question.
Hi, Uru-chan. I was wondering if it's standard to have a press leader be decided by the king, or is it just because Seraphina is lazy of ace duties?
Okay, so that's like kind of like a two-part question, right? So, so it's standard for two people to face off, right? When they have a disagreement. So in that scene where Arlo kicked Cecile out, the two of them, or Cecile kind of challenged Arlo and then got beaten. So that's why she had to listen to him. As for the whole Ace thing, I just wanted to clarify that Ace is not like an official ranking.
Yeah, kind of like how Joker's not.
Like in school. It's only the rankings consist of like King, Queen, Jack, and then your healer. Ace is just like something that the students kind of made up, or like the school kind of made up because Sarah is like clearly the strongest, and so they didn't want to just leave her without a title. But she's not responsible for anything. Or she's doing.
Okay.
Yeah. She's not responsible for anything. Now there's like a lot of confusion.
Gotcha. Alright, so the next question would be from Clouds. Was it hard for you? Wait, let me read the entire thing, sorry. Hi, Rue. Really happy to be here, and you're amazing for making an ordinary. Anyways, here's my question. Was it hard for you to come up with John's ability? What was the thought process about his ability?
It wasn't that hard to come up with it. It's pretty common, but the thought process behind it is like his ability is not really any single thing. And I guess there's symbolic meaning behind it. Because you can see throughout the story he struggles with his identity. He doesn't really have anything to ground him. And it's the same case with his ability where he doesn't have like, it's not like Arlo who has a barrier for sure, right? And it's not like Remy who has like lightning all the time. Like John is just constantly switching things up, So yeah, it's symbolic.
Okay. Next person is Maddie. How come John was able to blitz Zeke with phase shift, like being the same speed as him? Does he amp speed too? So I think he's referring to the scene where Zeke was trying to run away from John, and John basically just shifted right in front of him.
Sorry,
He
bitch.
was just like blitzing his speed while Zeke wasn't really blitzing his speed. It was kind of like stupid on Zeke's part, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Zeke wasn't at like speed like John was at that time.
I wanna. Yeah.
Okay.
That was just yeah.
Alright. Next question. Does Arlo's barrier instantly appear on people, or does it take time to appear?
I guess by our standards, it would appear instantly, but it does take time for him to like channel it and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, that answers quite a few people's questions.
Alright.
Alright.
And Deluxe, if you could mention the person who asked.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that person was. Oh, I said his name. I said Maddie.
Okay.
Okay, next question is from. Down.
Next question is from Platinum.
Okay. You want to read it, Ivy?
Sure. Hello, admin of the Unordinary Wikia. Phoenix Yen here. I was curious as to what Holden's height is, because I need info for the Wikia.
Holden's about the same height as Arlo, maybe a little bit taller.
Wait, Holden's taller than Arlo? Holden's not taller than Arlo. What the fuck?
Some of these questions are unchecked, so I probably won't ask them. Next one is from Ruler. Wait, did Ruler ask this one? I don't think he did.
Shit. Holden might be taller than Arlo.
Did Arlo use his aura to enhance the fork, or did he use his strength aspect of his ability to apply the force behind the fork throw?
He just used his strength. Yeah.
Okay. Next one.
Next question
Is
from
green.
three actually. One is there any specific interaction or scene in the story you wish you had done differently? If so, which scene and why?
I think that we all have, well, not we, but like writers in general, like they all have scenes that they would like to redo. But
Sorry about that, guys.
looking back on everything,
I just realized how shaky
I
my
mean,
camera was getting.
Sometimes when scenes first come out, like I regret putting them out, and a lot of it is because of like instant feedback. But when I look at this season, so far as a whole, there's nothing that I would change, because it is the best that I could do at the time, and I think overall it's very solid from in my opinion. Yeah.
All right.
This
And
is
the
a
second
question that a lot of
is,
people want to know.
does Arlo have a six-pack? Good question.
I mean you stay tuned to find out.
The six-pack, the secret six-pack.
Okay. Third question, does Arlo's passive affect his eyeball?
Does it affect his eye? Like if someone shot him in the eye?
Or someone stabbed him in the eye?
I'm just thinking like how they have little colors when they use their abilities. I don't know.
I'll make sure to draw a scene in the future where he gets stabbed in the eye, and it'll answer your question.
All right. And just to clarify one last thing here, I think the question is referring to when his barrier is damaged. Sometimes he takes sort of from it, and I guess they're wondering whether or not his eyes could also get hurt from that.
His eyes can get hurt. He gets hurt mostly, like whenever Arlo takes damage, it's mostly like internal damage, like where where his chest is. What was the first part of the question? Sorry, you were like a little bit cut off from me.
Basically, whenever Arlo's barrier is attacked, if it starts to break, he takes, from what you said, internal damage. We were just wondering whether or not that also could cause damage to his eye.
His eye?
Yeah.
Not really, no. Just internal damage.
But guys, you heard it here first.
Next question.
Arlo getting stabbed in the eye is gonna be canon.
Who is the most fittest character among the high tiers in the order of
John?
the most fittest to the least?
I'm gonna say John, then Ison.
Most fit character is John. Because his circumstance. Um, and then I would say Blake. Then Remy.
Yeah.
And then Arlo.
Remy's
and
in
then I
better
would
shape
put,
than Arlo.
Sarah and Aizen on the same level. And this is I'm sorry, I'm talking about before Sarah lost her ability.
Yeah.
Once Sarah lost her ability and started working on herself, I would put her probably at the same level of Blake. So.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
Next question is from. Unless Alex has something else. Two questions. One, are the technologies present in the unordinary world based, even loosely, on abilities? If yes, is this known or common knowledge?
Can't answer that question. Sorry.
Two, you plan to release the world building / lore materials you're making for Patreon to the public in the foreseeable future.
That's the honestly, I haven't even uploaded it for my patrons yet, so
Yep.
We'll have to wait and see. Yeah.
The next question is from Preston Man. Apparently the Jera Supremacy. And they ask, how much arcs do you think there would be in the remaining season?
Arcs?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how you define arc, but like I a lot. Yeah, I expect it to be about as long as the first half of the season. I don't know how many arcs though.
Alright. Next question is from Stephanie. Do high tiers have a limit for the number of classes they can skip? Do the teachers and headmaster does not care? Then, by this logic, are high tiers not required to go to school?
High tiers are allowed to skip class as long as their grades are good.
Yeah.
You know, you're allowed to skip class like whenever you want, as long as your grades are good. And I guess most of the main cast, like they're all like, very intelligent. They all get very good grades. John is the exception. He skips class, but you know, he almost got all that. So,
It's true. It's true. It's true.
Next question is from Fuck Off No.
Oh.
Is Zirian going to be seen again in the story?
That's a spoiler.
Spoilers. Okay. What's Adrian's height and birthday?
Adrian's height and birthday. He's still like maybe like 5'11". He's the same height as John. Maybe a little bit taller. His birthday, I haven't really thought about it, but it's gonna be sometime in December. He feels like a December baby. I don't know why. I don't know where I'm getting these feelings from, but
I'd like to go back just a few questions here because these are some of the encouraged questions, but this is from Wright, which I believe we've mentioned some of these questions already, and you don't have to answer them if you don't want to, but one of them was, what major did you?
What was the question?
What major did you study in?
I studied in electrical engineering.
Alright, and then they also wanted to know what troubles you encountered during your time in university.
I mean, it was tough. It was like definitely a hard major. It just like mostly trying to learn the information was very hard. But I think one of the greatest things that it took away from university also was like being able to make friends and just bond with like a group of people who, you know, you guys work as a team, and you guys get your work done together. You guys help each other.
Mm.
So yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time.
Jumping back a little bit, this got skipped. From Reaper Wasp. Hello, Uru. In Unordinary, which character design is your favorite?
Which character
Seraphina,
design
I
is
think.
my favorite. Elaine is my favorite. I really like her hair.
What?
I really like the ombre.
Reject. Reject Uru.
Oh yeah, okay. There, I answered it. Yeah. Sorry to disappoint anybody.
Was that the last question I just accidentally skipped over? Sorry about that.
So disappointed.
The next one is from language off no. 2 questions. One is Zirian going to be seen again in the story?
Oh, I already went over that.
Oh, wait, did you?
Yeah, I did. Now we're on up to date.
Oh, oh yeah.
Believe
Okay,
one file.
Alright. Next one's from File, I think. Does anyone want to read that one?
So which stat would John amplify if hypothetically an ability has 2 stats that are ranked the same?
I think that's been answered before, actually.
I guess I could just answer this. John typically amps the main stat, like the core stat. So, right, like for Aizen, whose ability is Hunter, he's more of like an offensive person. He's got the same defense stat as his attack stat, but or his power stat. But when John copied it, he amped the power stat. If we were to give like another example, right? If say for example Arlo had the same defense as he did, like as he had like recovery or something, John would still amp the defense stat.
Yeah. I feel like that question got answered a while ago, though. Like in the
Question
past.
for Uru, what is your favorite type of pet? Cat, dog, other, or are you not into pets?
I love birds. That's my favorite pet. They look so silly to me. I love them so much.
Alright. From what I can tell, the next question is from Zoop. They ask, hey Uru, does Aizen's ability only help him hunt down living things like animals and humans, or does it also help him hunt down inanimate objects as well?
Only living things, as far as we know. It focuses on a heartbeat, so he would not be able to hunt down inanimate objects.
Right. Deluxe, if you could, the next question is from Cold Soba.
Alright. Not sure if any of these sound personal. You don't have to answer it, but here are my questions for you. How did you balance school life work with the creation of your webtoon?
Well, I wasn't in school, so that helped. But I was still working. So I was still working a full-time job when I first started. And honestly, I just asked my manager if I could, have a day off every week. He let me. Sometimes like stayed up really late trying to get my chapters done. But now I just work on it full-time. So it's about trying to balance the time that I have with just finishing the chapter. Yeah.
And was this when
Welcome,
you
Mike.
were
Welcome,
writing
buddy.
OFR Ice, and then when you became a featured webtoon artist that you stopped working the full-time job and switched over, or?
Yeah, so like I was, well, I was working on OFRIs while I was working on my job because I was able to balance that Back then I was only uploading like one like manga page style every week, like one or two manga page style comics each week, so it was a lot less than what I do now. And plus those pages weren't colored either, so yeah, just overall less work. So I was able to do that. Every day I came back from work, I would just work on the comic until like maybe 8 or 9, and then I would relax, turn in for the day. But once I had to work on Unordinary, that's when the workload got way overwhelming, and I had to choose between my job and Unordinary.
Okay. Next part of the question. Do you have a favorite artist / podcast / whatever it is you might watch / listen to while you work on the chapters? If you watch / listen to anything.
I don't have like any go-tos really. If I need some sort of background noise, usually I'll play some like classical music or some like chill.
She's a classy lady.
Podcasts. I generally listen to like just creepypasta in general. I really like horror stories. It's great for me at night too. Like it helps me, see things moving around my house. Which is great. But yeah.
All right.
The last question is.
We're gonna skip the last one because that's already been answered.
Okay.
So, the next one is from Nisso Wolf. Ivy, would you like to read that one out?
We have seen that people can
Uru
conjure
just scared the
simple
shit out of
objects,
everyone.
aka ropes, barriers. What is the limit of the conjuring type abilities? Can people conjure complex objects, example, technological objects, or even entities, like an invocation of a creature from another world? Might be spoilers, but...
I mean, I would just say it depends on the person, but we cannot conjure up living things, or not. We can't. It's not like fantasy where you summon demons from from hell or anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question is
the
L.
I think it's L. Yeah.
Oh, got light and L. Sorry.
Okay. Hello, Uru. Will you ever plan to make another webtoon series? And if so, what genre would it be? Also, what is your favorite genre in general?
Okay. So the second question first. My favorite genre is horror, or thriller. I love that stuff.
Sounds about right.
Yes, I would like to write another story. I want to write horror, but I feel like most of the work that I do starts off going one way and then just ends up being either romance or fantasy or action. So I'm gonna try romance, but if that doesn't work, if it ends up being action and what was it the other thing? Wait, no, I'm gonna try horror, and if it ends up being action and romance, don't fault me for it. That's just where my brain goes. Yeah.
Okay. Next.
Respect.
From Dynamite. Hey, hello Uru. Is there an anime you're watching currently, and if not, one you would like to watch?
I haven't really had time to keep up with like the newest releases or anything.
What up, Shaymin?
Slayer is really good. And then I would like to watch Attack on Titan at some point.
You don't need to watch Attack on Titan.
It's like already really old. Let's see what else. I heard that Made in Abyss was good too. So
watch it.
Yeah, that's what I hear from everyone who mentions that anime. So yeah, those are like 3 of them.
Okay.
Next is from Petrus, I think. Hey, is Unordinary going as you planned from the beginning, or did you change your story while writing?
Yeah.
Yeah. It has gone according to plan. Surprisingly.
Oh. Cool.
I did change a lot of details in the middle, but that's not because, I hadn't planned them, or that's not because it was not according to plan. It's just, I think that as a writer, you should be open to, changing certain like specific, details in your comic just to fit the scenario. But the overall like plot, has been according to plan, all the way. Yeah.
Nice.
Hey. Next one is from Lyle again. Hi, Uru. Yesterday you mentioned that Ison and Arlo were based off of Destiny. I wanted to know what's your favorite Guardian class of Destiny 2 Beyond Light.
I never played Destiny 2. I only played Destiny 1. And ironically enough, I actually played the wizard class. And I kept missing my wizard grenades because I just like didn't know how to angle it properly. So not the wizard for Destiny 1. I think that I would my playstyle I would probably like the Titan for Destiny 1.
Gotcha.
All right. So the next question
Dude,
is from Nara
Shaymin, I'm good because the war
they say, hey,
is here.
What can you tell us?
The question's been asked, Shaymin.
Has that one been answered?
No.
No? Okay. What can you tell us about your work environment? What kind of place do you generally work best in? And set schedules or deadlines for yourself? There's a lot of questions here. And the last one is, are you dependent on any kind of substance like coffee or tea?
Drugs. Okay, so let's see. My work environment is like a mess. There's coffee cups everywhere. There's drinks. Not coffee cups. I'm not dependent on coffee. There's like bottles everywhere. There's cups everywhere. I got paper everywhere too. Think the environment that I work best in is probably an environment that isn't my office. I like to spend as much time away from my office as possible. Because I feel suffocating sometimes. I like to go to, before the whole COVID situation, I'd like to go to like cafes and stuff to plan out my chapters, or I'd like to go outside and script there.
Mm-hmm.
What were the rest of the questions?
Go back on that, but first I'd like to just expand on that just a little bit. I remember in the past when you moved to your new house that you were walking next to the kitchen, if I believe. How was it walking on a small desk like that?
Oh, that was only for like a couple days. It was all right, I just did what I had to do with what I had. It was fine. I imagine that long term it would definitely not be good for you.
The question after that was, do you set schedules or deadlines for yourself?
Oh yeah. Pretty much like I used to not take breaks on Thursdays. I used to just like upload a chapter and then start working on the next chapter right away. Which is like because I wanted to get ahead, or I wanted more time to work on my story, but I realized after a while that that's really not good for you, because it causes like a ton of burnout. And I was surprised when I took my first Thursday off that it actually helped a lot with like my productivity on Friday. But yeah, that's usually my schedule is like on Thursday I don't do any like laborious, like intense work. I just think about, like, I just brainstorm, like, what I'm gonna do this next chapter. And then on Friday is when I script. And I will sketch up and ink about 20 panels-ish, that day. And then Saturday and Sunday, I would also do about, well, I would do a little bit more. I would do maybe like 30 to 40 panels on Saturdays and Sundays. And then I would send those off to my colorist and they would color it for me. Then on Monday is when I get all the colors back. So I would all my, you know, my backgrounds in, and finalize all the panels on Mondays and Tuesdays. And then starting Tuesdays and Wednesdays is when I put all my entire chapter together, and when I finalize my chapter. That's my typical weekly schedule.
Deluxe, I believe the next question is from Citrus.
Okay. Hi, Uru. How recently was Vaughn appointed as headmaster, if he's considered as the new headmaster? Will we ever see the old headmaster or headmistress?
I can't give you any direct answers for that, but you can probably make an approximate if you go back and read the bonus side story about Ray.
Okay. The
Yeah.
next part of the question is also, would having impaired vision affect your ability usage? Like, if you had poor vision or if you were blind, you wouldn't be able to fight as well as with your ability, or does instinct and stuff allow you to fight?
Having poor vision is like, I'm having a little bit of trouble understanding the question, but I think, I guess I could say that, yeah, having poor vision doesn't affect, like, your strength or anything like that. Like, if you were to lose your eyeballs right now, you would still be able to punch as hard as you used to.
So, like, if two people have the same ability and stats and one was blind, they still have the same stats.
Yeah, their stats stay the same.
Okay.
Give a question and then go back later, just because this one's related. But from an ordinary fan, in parentheses, do people still need to get glasses if they have impaired vision, or are there special strong healers that can heal your eyesight?
It's kind of similar to like what we have now, where like it's more of like a choice. If you want to get your eyes healed, you could get them healed. You know, just like we have LASIK. If you don't, then you just wear glasses. You know, like Keen or the headmaster.
And the question I skipped, from Scar, will we see Agwin in the story?
Will we see what?
Am I? Agwin?
Oh, Agwin. Maybe.
Deluxe, I believe the next question is from Tra.
Okay.
TRA.
How do you personally view the royals from past to present?
Like personally view them. As in like, did I like them before and do I not like them now? Or
It doesn't really specify.
I mean, I really like all my characters, so and also I don't really like giving out my personal opinions about my characters because I want it all to be up to everyone's own interpretation. So, but I love
That's fair.
them all.
I learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
Next question is from that one Mimi boy, and they ask, will we see much of Cecile again in later chapters?
That is also a spoiler, but I mean, for anyone who's wondering, like, she's not dead, so it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright.
This one is
mental.
She's not dead, but
Episode 127,
is she still conscious?
Saw Mei Li shoulder carry Aizen with one arm and without using her ability. Knowing that, in an arm wrestle match between Mei Li and John without abilities, who would win?
Ooh.
I believe she was activating her ability. Or if so, I might not have made. If not, like, I may not have made it obvious enough. But there was like a glow. She had her ability activated when she was carrying Aizen.
Oh.
I don't know. I might not have made it obvious enough when I was drawing it. But I mean, if you know, in an arm wrestle match, like John would win if neither of their abilities were activated. So that's your answer.
Okay.
Yeah, I hate to break to you, or it doesn't look like there's any glow.
The next question is from I'm a Free Potato. I'm glad you're free. Are you friends with any other webtoon creators, and if so,
Free all the potatoes.
Oh yeah, I mean, we all know each other. We've all met each other at cons. I mean, I spend a lot of time with Aiden, who writes Freaking Romance, and I also speak a lot with Juniper, who writes Sub-Zero. So yeah.
Ooh.
Cool.
And she's coming back soon too. So if you guys are interested in Sub-Zero, she's coming back. In like probably next week, honestly.
Ivy, the next one is from Sir Copa.
Two questions. One, will John become a superhero over the course of the webtoon?
I can't answer that. Like, we all know I can't answer that one.
Two, is John a handsome boy? Let me explain. If there was a male beauty ranking, which characters would there be in that ranking and in which positions? Also, in a female beauty ranking.
Oh man. They kind of all look the same. I'm just saying.
Damn. Self roast?
Let's see. I think John would be pretty good looking if he wasn't so, like, you know, gloomy all the time in their world. As for ranking, I would probably rank Arlen's like at the top. For males, and then for females, I mean, they're all pretty attractive, so I don't really have like I think it depends on your personal preference. I don't really have a ranking for them, so yeah.
All right.
Perhaps you can say the next one from Astra is cool.
All right. Can Zeke please become nice?
Is that the question?
Yes.
Oh, no. Or wait and see. Oh.
Only what?
I said or wait and see.
Or wait. And do you play Minecraft?
I don't. Me.
Okay. This next question, I've been curious as well, just for the meme, but Mr. Muffles asks, do you like jazz?
Why I like jazz? What's the meme?
Uru doesn't know, do you like jazz? You like jazz?
Is this a trick question?
挖个坑跳进去。
Yes.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah, what's the meme?
Uru likes jazz.
I'm not gonna go into that, but the next question is from Denji.
Alright.
Uru, I got your back. I got your back, Uru.
You'd like to ask?
Will there ever be a tournament fight?
Stay tuned to find out.
Right, and then the last question is from Chronix W. War Against Food. I guess one question here, and it's how do you decide how John's text looks like? Like sometimes it has a white background, but most of the time now it has a black background.
I don't know if it's like obvious, or okay, that's not the correct way to phrase it. I don't want to. I guess like I don't want to answer that because I don't know if it's like if people have all figured it out yet. So, but there's a reason for it. Why I bubble them that way. Why I color them that way.
Right. And that is the last question. It is 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'd like to thank everyone for coming. And Uru, if you have any parting words for everyone.
Yeah, I just want to like give a shout out to the mods here. Like they've really been like keeping this Discord going, and just for organizing this entire event. Like I know it was like took a lot of time, and it was
yeah. Way to go, mods.
So yeah, thanks for being here. For the Discord all the time, and also thank you for everyone for showing up, and thanks for reading Unordinary. Really appreciate you guys for just sticking around for so long. I know it was a tough season, but we got through it together. So yeah, here's
it's true.
You know,
Apes together strong.
The second half of season 2 in a couple months.
So again, thanks to everyone for coming to the season 2 mid-season Q&A. So thanks again. Deluxe and Uru, feel free to go back to the staff VC, and I will meet you there.
All right, everyone. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Alright, see you.
Later, Uru. That was great. That was a fun time, you guys. That was a jolly good time. All right, so guys, that was that. That was the voice Q&A. That was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, we guys, the question has been answered, and what can I say? It was to be expected. It was to be expected. But yeah, guys, that has been the stream. Hope you all had a blast. I certainly did. It was good fun watching, listening in on this Q&A. A lot of great questions were actually asked. A lot of good questions. Community had some pretty hard chops. Not gonna lie. But yeah, Uru, if you're watching, as usual, thank you for everything. Fantastic. Really good to talk to you for once, as brief as it was. But that's gonna be it for tonight, you guys. So, as per the usual, see you, Space Cowboy.